You want to get a little crack going?
Let's get a crack.
3, 2, 1.
Oh,
a little miscrack.
Miscrack.
Oh.
With our glasses in our hands, the hops and barley bloom in a land of craft and cans. Every sip a story shared, review and taste we dare with our Sunday sips. Sunday sips.
1. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Sunday Sips.
Sunday Sips.
I'm your host, Kyle Lucas. That's your other host,
Nick Woodard.
Nick J. Woodard in the house. We're back here with you to celebrate a wonderful experience that we had with one of our favorite, not breweries, Ciderhouse.
Ciderhouse. Cidery? Ciderhouse?
Cidery.
Sure, we're going to call it a Ciderhouse for now.
We have collaborated. I like that word. Collaborated with our friends at Two Town Ciderhouse. Ciderhouse is on the thing. Yeah. They, based out of Corvallis, Oregon. Our friend Nick here has lived there for a point in his life. How many years were you up there?
We were up there just for the year. For my wife's clinical year of veterinary school. She went to Oregon State University. Moved up during 2020. Happened to be the pandemic. Go Beavs. It was a pretty interesting time, but a lot of what got us through that year was Two Town Ciderhouse, was Block 15, was Four Spirits Distillery. A lot of really great craft local establishments that we were able to support even during the pandemic, and they supported us back. So it was a really cool experience that year, even with it being a pandemic year. Got to see a lot of really cool outdoor stuff. Got to try a lot of new to us craft breweries, craft cider houses, things like that. So,
and you came back with our boy Chuck.
And we came back with our Australian cattle dog, our 5-year-old named Charlie.
Love that kid.
Real great dude, real great judge of character. So that it was it was an incredible experience. And anytime I get to knock back a Two Towns or a Block 15, it brings me right back to that year, which filled with a lot of turmoil. There was still a lot of really incredibly bright spots in it. So. Yeah.
So we actually did an NA epised on their Pacific Pineapple.
Wow, we really got this fire going.
Roaring.
Yeah.
Pacific Pineapple NA.
Yep.
I do believe we rated it pretty high on the NA scale.
Yeah.
It was so good. I remember it was
delicious.
Being sweet. It was like juice, but like a little carbonated
The thing that
juice.
stood out to us was, we had gone through this period of time where we tried a bunch of different non-alcoholic beers. And while they all kind of tasted close to the beers that they were meant to, imitate or represent, there was something missing. When we got to the Two Towns, it really did taste like a hard cider, like a true hard cider. And it wasn't like you were missing out. It wasn't like you were getting a diet version of that drink just because there was no alcohol in it. And that's what really stood out to us. So we reviewed that, I think, very highly. I can't remember exactly what the score was, but it was great.
It was one of our last ones on the NA.
I think it might have been the last one.
Yeah.
And Two Towns actually gave us a really nice shout out. They replied to one of the many YouTube shorts that we tagged them in. I think it was actually our actual podcast episode of this that they reached out to us and said, cheers, guys. We really enjoyed this. Thanks for reviewing it. And then Jessica, huge thanks to Jessica from Two Towns, reached out to me and said, we really enjoyed what you guys did, which is like a huge boost to us. For us to be as tiny as we are as a craft beer podcast or a craft alcohol podcast.
And starting up.
Yeah.
Just starting up.
To get someone like Two Towns reaching out to us and saying, hey, we like what you guys are doing. We appreciate what you guys are doing. We, want to support you in some way, was really cool. So they hooked us up with a nice little care package of some ciders, got us some new non-alcoholics, which we're Really excited to try. But we wanted to kick things off for episode 25 of the podcast,
Dude.
with their new seasonal, and I'll let you take it from there.
Yeah, man. So we got the package, opened it up. We did our first TikTok live.
Yeah, did a little unboxing.
Yeah, and we're gonna have that available for rewatch up soon.
Yep.
A very short. You know, we wanted to get the kinks out of doing our first live and everything like that.
Yeah, wanna work
Went
that
pretty
out.
well.
Yeah.
And we unboxed what they gave us. They gave us 2 of the NAs. The one we
Right.
did, the Pacific
Right.
Pineapple, the Cosmic Crisp NA. We got the one we're about to do, and then another special one that I'm not gonna say because
We'll probably get we'll definitely get a review it pretty soon here.
I'm excited for it because Jessica did mention like, oh, what are you guys looking at? What do you guys? She gave us some options, and we're like, like seasonal stuff. Traditionally, we can't just pick up at the store right here.
Stuff that we couldn't get in Chico, California, or in Northern California. Like if there's anything, we're always looking, as you guys know, that's kind of the point of this podcast, to try stuff that's new, that's a little out of the box, if you will, stuff that you couldn't get on a regular day. So that's kind of the thoughts we conveyed, and they knocked it out of the park.
They delivered, dude.
And I'm really excited to try this.
Yeah. So today we're doing one of the ones they gave us. It's their seasonal one, Spring Forward. You can get a look at that can. It's super cool. Good artwork. It's got the 2-Town Ciderhouse up there. This is, I'm assuming, their seasonal spring one.
Yeah, that would make sense.
It's a 6.5.
6.5.
It's a little hefty.
Yeah.
It's a little hefty for a cider. They also they gave us some cool hats.
Yeah.
They gave us these cool little glasses.
Little tasters.
For
I like that a lot.
So they're smaller. They're taster glasses, but
Sure.
we can refill.
We can
as we
refill.
go.
I think that's no issue.
Yeah. Dude, the artwork on the can is super cool. 2 Towns does have a way with its artwork.
Oh yeah.
On their cans.
Oh, of course.
Super iconic.
On their cans, on their bottles, they yeah.
Absolutely. One of the few things, a lot of beers and stuff don't have nutrition facts. This does have nutrition facts. It says on the side of the can, limited release, boldly crafted in Oregon. Friends from 2 nearby towns banded together on a mission to bring cider back to the people. True craft cider made using whole fruit and no shortcuts. I love that. Made with strawberry and Montmorency cherry.
All right.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You want to get a little crack going?
Let's get a crack.
3, 2, 1.
Oh,
A little miscrack.
miss crack.
Oh. Ooh.
All right.
It smells sweet.
Let's get into it.
Oh, dude.
Oh, that's a nice color. That's a nice
Such
color.
a nice color. So we got like a deep, not too deep red going on right there.
Yeah.
When I think cider traditionally,
Right.
I always think of like a red sort of vibe.
Yeah. I might have to get producer Brittany to come out and try this. I think
A lot of people are might think like a yellower type vibe for a cider. I probably because of 2 Towns always think really red.
Well, I think it's it depends, right? Are you doing an apple cider? Are you doing a cherry cider? What kind of cider are you doing?
Sure.
But
Yeah. Let's get to
yeah, I'm
thinking
in.
and sinking here.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, bud. Oh man, that's so good. That's so delicious. The first thing that hits you is the sweetness.
Yeah.
And then that quickly dissipates.
Right.
It's not too sweet.
No.
It hits you with a lot of sweet and then kind of washes over.
Right.
Which is really nice.
Right.
It's kind of like brings like a refreshing
Feeling. Yeah.
feeling.
Like
Yeah.
refreshing mouthfeel, if you will.
It's not too dry, not too wet. Like it's very like it is a spring forward. It's very reminiscent of like light sunny weather.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
It's almost like florally in a sense where it's very light, very very awesome. the sweetness, like I said, does punch and then washes over, and I mean that in a very good way, because forgive me if I'm wrong,
Please.
but I remember in like health class or science or something, there's like different areas on your tongue that receive different flavors, and I think the frontmost hits sweet at first, like the tip of your tongue hits sweet, and then as you go back, you hit like salty and bitter a little bit, and I think, dude, this does that very well. It's not like overbearing. Doesn't feel like 6.5.
No.
Tell you that.
No, it's super smooth. Mm-hmm. Oh, producer Brittany.
Producer Brittany.
Welcome to the podcast.
Fucking cold out here.
Everyone, this is Dan.
I don't think Dan's going to be in the frame, but Dan did want to try
The Spring
the
Forward.
Spring Forward. Oh, hi, Brittany.
Oh, this is like a nice color.
Mm-hmm.
What you call it, like an amber?
Yeah. So like a not too deep red.
These are cute little glasses.
Tasties.
What is this?
Spring Forward.
Perfect.
Made with strawberry and Montmorency cherry.
That's so good.
Super good.
Can we get this here, or can I only get this in Cornwall?
I'll have to check. They do have an option on their website to check like a beer finder, but like a cider finder, to see what's available and where you can grab it. So I will have to check, because this is definitely good enough that I want to make sure we get more of this.
Mm-hmm.
I like that it's not overly sweet.
That's
exactly
what we just
what you
said. I said it hits you like at first with pretty sweet, and then it kind of washes over, disperses the sweetness, if you will.
100%.
Disperses the sweetness. I feel the strawberry flavor is there, and the cherry. Like they both hit those notes.
Yeah.
Very well.
Producer Brittany, since you're here, do you have an all-time favorite Two Towns?
Ooh.
During COVID, it was prickly pear.
Oh, the prickly pear is very
Prickly
good.
pear is very
my
good.
Favorite. There's another one that I really like. I like the strawberry lemonade one.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Strawberry lemonade was good.
the jalapeno one.
The fuego.
The fuego.
Oh, the Pina Fuego.
Pina fuego.
The Pina Fuego is
Interesting.
great.
That's a hard one to drink.
Yeah.
Large amounts of, but it's still very good.
We had that when we went down there,
Mm-hmm.
and it was very sunny, pretty hot, and the Pina Fuego is like,
This goes up there though.
dude, it's good.
There's another
Super
one.
good.
They're like what's the other one I'm thinking of? That I really like.
What is happening with our dogs?
Trying to come out.
The one that stands out to me always is the bad apple,
The bad apple.
That's good. That's good.
because it's really fun, because it's got some bite to it, but it's still got that cidery taste and feel.
Yeah, but what I like about Two Towns is they do things that other ciders don't.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not just apple. It's not just like your basic stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you want me to
I
pull
agree.
up their lineup? Are you looking for one thing in particular?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Though.
I mean, they have a massive lineup. Another thing we said was that it's 6.5. Doesn't feel like
It
6.
tastes like 6.5.
Yeah.
You told me this is 4%, and I believe.
Ooh,
Yeah.
what about their Hollow Jack?
The Hollow Jack's
Ooh,
crazy
yeah.
good.
Yeah, the pumpkin.
So good.
Yeah.
I just finished his drink.
Don't worry, there's more. So much more.
I like the can too.
Yeah,
Yeah, the can's nice. It's got the good.
we always try to I try to bring up the artwork on the can, and I feel like Two Towns is very iconic in
Sure.
everything they come out with. It's very specialized to the flavor.
I don't think I've ever seen in my entire life a can that has nutrition facts on it.
What did I just
Man.
say? What
That
did I
You
just
are-
say?
wild to me.
Should we
What did I
have Brittany
just say?
on as producer Brittany as a
Dude,
third mic on the
What did I
podcast?
just
What are we doing?
say?
I would love to join. Just
Not a-
give me time to like make myself look like a sleepy.
Are you saying you want to join permanently, or
I mean, I could
Oh,
join the Grinch every once in a while.
every once in a while? That'd be
that's
cool.
right. A little special occasion,
Special
Brittany.
occasion. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going back in my seat.
All right.
Okay,
Thanks,
everyone
producer
say
Brittany.
goodbye, producer Brittany.
Bye.
Goodbye. Yeah, dude. She literally said what I said.
I said she hit all the nails and all the heads.
All of it. Yeah, dude. She said 4%. I don't know about 4%. If someone said it was 5%, I would believe them.
Yeah. No.
the drinkability of this
Yeah.
is up there.
Yeah.
You know, like we did last week, we did the Lunar Decadence. Obviously, it's an imperial barrel aged stout. Like there's no chuggability there unless you're a monster like me. But this, I could shock in this. Honestly, I could shock in a can of this. I will not right now. But you can take I just took a solid 2 mouthfuls. Like it's good. It's very.
Do you have any on the flip side of things? Do you have any critiques? And maybe we're diving in more into review or scoring territory here.
Sure.
So if you want to get into the scoring, we can.
Well, critiques, not really. I mean, what I look for in when we're reviewing a beer or a drink, right, is what do they advertise? Do they give it to us? And I feel like I taste the strawberry, I taste the cherry.
Sure.
I taste that. I don't taste the 6.5. Hold on. But I taste the overall cider feel to it. It's does have a drier taste, but it's not too dry, like I said earlier.
Sure.
Ooh, it's got the carbonation.
Yep.
It delivers and on what it says it is, and I very much appreciate that.
Yeah.
You spend money on something, you want what you buy.
Yeah.
Or what's given to us.
Sure.
But this is super on the nose for what it is. It's very good.
Yeah.
We can get down to scoring it.
I say let's go for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's much else to be said. Excuse me. I'm a little under the weather for those who are watching.
Still under the weather.
Can't seem to beat it. We've already dove pretty well into the history of Two Towns in the previous podcast. I'll link to it in the description for anyone who wants to, dive a little deeper into what Two Towns is all about. So I think we're pretty much there. I think we're ready to score this bad boy.
Yeah. I went first on the stout, so you go first.
Oh gosh. That's tough for me, man. I don't. It's interesting because I remember what we scored the non-alcoholic cider, and that the score was weighted by the other non-alcoholic beverages that we drink.
Yeah, separated for
So I don't think it's fair to compare the non-alcoholic cider to this cider.
I wouldn't do that.
And I'm saying that because I have a feeling that I'm going to score this a little bit lower than that non-alcoholic cider.
Because that was the best of the non-alcoholic.
It was above and away.
So don't compare those two scores.
Right.
This is the first of the alcoholic.
I think it's the first alcoholic cider we've had in the podcast.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I think it's a solid 8.25.
Ooh,
I think,
my boy.
I think it 100% deserves being the 8s. I don't know if it's a high 8s, just because I want to set the groundwork, set
The base.
set the foundation for what ciders are going to be on this podcast. And I've got some ciders in mind that I do want to try, as in more Two Towns, but also there's a couple of local spots that I think we need to bring to the fray. Looking at you, Ben, Lassen Cider, shout out. But 8.25 is really solid. I mean, that is the mark of a very, very good craft drink.
True.
It like you said, I mean, I couldn't say it any better than you already did. It promised a lot, and it delivered on every single one of those promises. It's a spring drink for sure. It is definitely something you can enjoy sitting on a patio in nice 71, 72 degree weather with some sun poking out of the clouds. It gives me that kind of feeling. So 8.25 is what it's going to be for me.
So now that I've had, it's a great score, by the way. Now that I've had a couple more mouthfuls while you were giving the score.
Well, I was waxing poetic.
I do taste a little bit of medicine-y cherry. That might be the kind of cherry that's in there. It's not bad, but I definitely notice it over the strawberry a little bit. It might be just a combination. It's again, it's not bad. I don't like it when I say like medicine-y.
Yeah, I don't know if
cherry.
medicine-y cherry
it gives
is the
it
right...
a bad connotation.
Yeah.
It's a very certain kind of cherry. I say that because I like medicine cherry. Like
yeah, I mean, look,
stuff.
come on, yeah.
But it's not bad. It's a type of flavor of cherry. It's not like maraschino cherry or like a fresh cherry. It's its own kind of cherry.
Right.
It's almost like a pseudo Jolly Rancher cherry, but not as sweet. Not in that in that lane of flavor, but not as like punchy.
Right.
You know
I got you. Yeah.
And it's still very good.
Oh, it's delicious.
I'm gonna rate it a 7.75.
Okay.
Because of what you said, like a base for 2 towns to come, or any ciders to come.
Yeah.
We're gonna review a lot more beers. We're gonna come back to ciders, and I want ciders to really stand out on their own, like they should.
Yeah.
And I feel like 7.75. This is a great seasonal beer. Or cider. The fact that it is like a springtime cider, it really like hits home a little bit more because it feels like that kind of weather, that kind of like placement. What we do as a friend group in spring, this is the flavor I want. You know what I mean?
I think about, there's weekends where, I'll have a couple of beers on a Friday and I'll maybe have a couple more beers on a Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
By the time Sunday rolls around, I'm not really interested in drinking that much. But if I wanted something that's alcoholic, I usually gravitate away from a beer.
Yeah.
And what I like to grab is either a cocktail or a cider.
Yeah.
Because a cider is a nice change of pace from having a couple of beers the last couple of days. It's still a nice, really refreshing taste to it. But it gives you that different taste than you're used to.
Absolutely.
And I think something like this on a nice spring Sunday afternoon would hit the spot.
For sure.
10 times out of 10.
For sure. I like we said about like setting and stuff like that. We talk a lot, like last episode, the Lunar Decadence, like a campfire beer. We're around a campfire right now. Like
it's more of a necessity thing. It's a little chilly.
Absolutely, it's a vibe. We, a stout is more of a campfire, late night vibe. We are late night right now. This doesn't necessarily fall out of that, but I feel like it's more accented.
Yeah.
When you have the sun on you and you're by a river or something like that.
Right.
A babbling brook.
A babbling brook, if you will.
Brook. It's no matter what, it's such a tasty beverage.
Yeah.
Refreshing. Again, the carbonation is not too much. It's right in the sweet spot.
Yeah.
I feel like I like some other beers very carbonated and some, like ciders and stuff like this, like a little less, but like kinda.
Yeah.
That being said, it's a
7.75 for you, 8.25 for me.
Yes, sir.
Overall, a really good cider.
Really good cider.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so good.
That's good stuff.
Swallow the air.
I mean, the only thing I think we need to say is thanks again to 2 Towns. I mean, this was a really cool experience for us. We're super grateful to have support in this way, to hear that, they like what we're doing, and hopefully you guys enjoy what we're doing as well. Mm-hmm. It really is just, it started, and it continues to be just an excuse for us to hang out, drink some new beers, and
absolutely
talk about what we think about them. So it's fun to see that this is getting recognized beyond the confines of our back patio.
Absolutely. Yeah. Shout out again, 2 Towns Ciderhouse. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, 2 Towns. This was phenomenal care package you guys sent us. More to come from 2 Towns, and more to come from cider and more beers in the future. Don't forget, like, subscribe. We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram. We're on YouTube. Hit us up.
At Tails, Ales, Trails.
Yes, sir.
On all 3.
If you have any questions or anything, shoot us a message.
Yeah.
And don't forget, you crack one for us, we'll crack one for you.
Cheers.
Take care.
Citrus to dark night. We unravel flavors lore. Mosaic dreams take flight of IPAs and we adore. Raise a toast to what's new here in the world of craft beer with Sunday sips. Sunday sips. Every pour a trip with our Sunday sips. Each note we hear as we sip and cheer. Craft beer's near. Sunday's treasures clear with our Sunday sips. Sunday sips. Every pour a drip with a Sunday